Hi, it's Alison, Little Miss Grosser, back with another video for you. My good friend Hills on the Hunt has inspired me to do another video, which is going around the world with some films that you've got. I'm going to try and keep the US and Britain out of it as much as I can. Well, I've completely not had them in, just because they're the obvious ones and it's stuff everyone's heard of. So, but I have chosen 5 other countries, and we'll see where we take you on your magical mystery movie tour of the planet Earth. And they're in no particular order because I love them all. First up, we go to Canada with Wolf Cop. For those of you who haven't seen Wolf Cop and like your horror films more on the comedic side and a lot less grisly and serious, I cannot recommend this one enough. Its sequel, Another Wolf Cop, ain't too bad either. And it's got cult director Kevin Smith of Clarks, Mallrats, Dogma, and Jane Silent Bob Strike back in it. So if that's a good enough reason to watch it. I'll read you the back of the film, give you a little idea of what it's like, and then we'll move on to the next one. It says, small town cop Lou Garou, if you know your French, you'll get that joke, drinks too much, and when bad things happen, he tends to look the other way. One night, acting out of character, Lou follows up on a disturbance call in a remote area. But shortly after he arrives on the scene, he blacks out. When he wakes up, he can't remember anything. His senses are heightened and his hair is growing at a rapid rate. That night, Luke's transformation from man into red-fueled werewolf takes shape. Wolf Cop is one cop's quest to become a better man, one transformation at a time. It's only 77 minutes long, so it doesn't overstay its welcome. And it's rated 15 for strong gory violence, nudity, and strong language. So there's Canada. Next up, we go to Japan with my favourite kaiju monster, Gamera. Now, I've chosen the original one. It's not my favourite of the series, but the other discs tend to have 2 films on them. And I thought I'd just go for the original so you can get a better idea what it's like. This first one is a lot more serious in tone. The Gamera Versus ones kind of silly, but that's kind of why I like them. But anyway, I'll give you the synopsis. The initial entry in the Gamera series was Daiei, D-A-I-E-I, sorry if I've butchered that name, studio's first successful attempt at making a massive scale kaiju movie. Hibernating under the Arctic, the turtle monster Gamera is awakened by an atomic bomb test. The behemoth creature creates chaos when it arrives in Japan, and an ambitious plan must be hatched to try and stop the rampage. This special edition of Gamera's first outing also includes the Blu-ray premiere of the American version of the film, Gamera the Invincible. It runs at 79 minutes, again, not a long film, and it's rated PG for mild threat and language. Next up, we are going to go to Australia with one of my favourite zombie films, Undead. Yeah, it's an Aussie zombie film that I saw when it came out on a limited run when I had my Cineworld Unlimited card. It might still have been called UGC back then, but that's how old I am. But yeah, it's an Australian zombie comedy. I'll read you a little bit about it and hopefully it'll pique some interest. It says, Undead is a horror film in the vein of Night of the Living Dead and The Evil Dead, featuring an overflow of gore and visual effects to make any horror fan squirm with delight. And that's all I can read, because although I've got my glasses on, it's black print on a red background and I'll be squinting, and no one in the right mind wants to see me squinting. I look funny enough without squinting. But anyway, it runs at 100 minutes and it says contains strong violence and language and gory horror, rated 15. So that's Australia. Next off, couldn't not do a trip to Italy with one of my favourite European directors. Go to Italy with Profondo Rosso. I'm quite an Argento fan. I don't like all the stuff that he's worked on. There's a couple of his directed films that I'm not too comfortable with, and a film he produced called Demons. No, thank you. But overall, I think he's a great director and made some absolutely bloody marvellous films over the years. Profondo Rosso, if I had to choose a favourite, I would go for that one. It's just a really cool giallo film, full of tension and weirdness. It's everything you'd expect from one of his films. So I'll read you what it says. Before he made Suspiria, Dario Argento, the Italian Hitchcock, directed his undisputed suspense masterpiece, a pulse-pounding descent into the Baroque vortex of Chilean Freudian madness. When a psychic senses the identity of a deranged murderer at a clairvoyant convention, she becomes the next act's victim. And when music teacher Mark Daly, played by the brilliant David Hemmings, witnesses her bloody death from a Turin piazza, is haunted by the notion he missed a crucial clue at the crime scene. His investigations lead to further cruelly ingenious murders, imaginatively staged with Argento's celebrated turbo-powered visual dynamism. Oh, I did say that right. And all brilliantly choreographed to the groundbreaking and famously delirious rock score by supergroup Goblin. This one runs at 123 minutes for the Italian version and 100 minutes for the English version, and is rated 18. And then finally, we stay in Europe for one of the few Spanish horror films that I've seen and thoroughly enjoyed, and that is Jorge Grau, I hope I'm saying that right, with Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue, also known as Let Sleeping Corpses Lie. Now, I was very surprised by this one because it was on the Video Nasties list, and some of them are properly gruesome. There's a couple of icky moments in this one, but nothing that most people can't handle. But again, it's all subjective. If you can handle a couple of grisly scenes, I think you'll enjoy it. I hope you would enjoy it. I like sharing films with people and then they go on to enjoy them. It's one of the nicest feelings in the world. Anyway, I will read the back and tell you what it says. Two travelling companions, George and Edna, come across a small rural town infested with the army of the living dead that are satisfying their cannibalistic hunger on anyone unfortunate to cross their path. Now George and Edna must fight for their survival and their freedom as they are relentlessly pursued not only by the undead but a local detective who is convinced they are to blame for the recent bloody carnage ripping through the community. That copper is one of the biggest, most annoying antagonists in a film that I can remember seeing recently. But anyway, I digress. All this leads to a heart-stopping showdown at the eponymous Manchester Morgue and a conclusion that will leave you breathless. Also known as Let Sleeping Corpses Lie and Don't Open the Window, this beautifully shot and terrifying shocker from the acclaimed director Jorge Grau is one of the original Video Nasties previously banned in the UK, now presented, restored and uncut. It runs at 90 minutes and it is rated 18 for strong violence and gore. Well, anyway, that is my little trip around the world via films. As I say, it was inspired by Hills on the Hunt, who I will tag in the video, and go check out his channel because He's a lot of fun and a proper lovely bloke. I'm not going to tag anyone in it because you know, if you want to, join the fun, that's great, but I'm not going to try and make you do it. Otherwise, it's just an endless spiral of tag, 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 tag. I hope you enjoyed the video and enjoyed our little trips to various countries, and I will see you soon for another video. Take care. Tatty bye.